the clock has ticked over. There we go, to 8:30. So grab your songbooks from Carradine's cockneysingalong.co.uk. And hopefully you got a drink to raise. I've got mine in my Augustina Brau Salzburg Stein here. So grab your drink and a bit of a sway for some drinking songs this evening. We're going to start with this one. Now I won't sing of sherbet or water, for sherbet with beer will not rhyme. The working man can't afford champagne, it's a bit more than 2 pence a time. So I'll sing you a song about gargle, a gargle that I love so dear. I'll allude to that grand institution, that beautiful tonic called beer. Beer, beer, let's hear you then. Beer, beer, glorious beer, fill yourselves right up to here. Drink a good deal of it, make a good meal of it, stick to your old-fashioned beer. Don't be afraid of it, drink till you're made of it. Now all together a cheer! Hey! Up with the sail of it, down with the pail of it, glorious, glorious beer! Hey! Well, hopefully you got a drink and you're swaying along, because all of these drinking songs, don't ask me why, they all seem to be in a waltz time, 3/4. Here's an old one by Noel Cowards. Saturday night at the Rose and Crown is just the place to be. Tinkers and tailors and soldiers and sailors all out for a bit of a spree. If you find that you're weary of life with your trouble and strife and the kids have got you down, it'll all come right on Saturday night at the Rose and Crown. It's lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, so morbid, so drear, than to stand in a bar of a pub with no beer. Can you imagine that? Now the publican's anxious for the quota to come. There's a faraway look on the face of a bum. The maid's gone all cranky and the cook's acting queer, for a terrible place is a pub with no beer. Well, I've got beer this evening. I wonder what you guys are drinking at home. If you've got a tipple, doesn't have to be alcoholic, of course. Could be a mocktail, it could be a cup of tea even. Pop that in the comments below and we'll give you some shout-outs for those. This one's from the Student Prince, goes like this. Drink, 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 2 eyes that are bright as stars when they're shining on me. Drink, 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 2 lips that are red and sweet as the fruit on the tree. Here's a hope that those bright eyes will shine, lovingly, longingly soon into mine. May those lips that are red and sweet tonight with joy my own lips meet. Drink, drink, let the toast start. May young hearts never part. Drink, 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 let every true lover salute his sweetheart. Now no excuses, you all know this one. Come, come, come and make eyes at me down at the old Ball and Bush. Da 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 da. Come, come, drink some port wine with me down at the old Ball and Bush. Hear the little German band, da 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 da. Just let me hold your hand, dear. Do, come and have a drink or 2 down at the old Ball and Bush, Bush, Bush. Here we go, a little bit of Oliver for you. We had a request for this. Goes like this. Now there's a little ditty they're singing in the city, especially when they've been on the gin or the beer. If you got the patience, your own imaginations will tell you just exactly what you want to hear. Oom Pah Pah, Oom Pah Pah, that's how it goes. Oom Pah Pah, Oom Pah Pah, everyone knows. They all suppose what they want to suppose when they hear Oom Pah Pah. Mr. Pussy Snodgrass would often have the odd glass, but never when he thought anybody secretly he'd buy it, drink it on the quiet, and dream he was an earl with a girl on each knee. Oom Pah Pah, Pah Pah, that's how it goes. Oom Pah Pah, Pah Pah, everyone knows. They all suppose what they want to suppose when they hear of last time key change. Oom Pah Pah, Pah Pah, that's how it goes. Oom Pah Pah, Pah Pah, everyone knows. They all suppose what they want to suppose when they hear Oom Pah Pah. Hey, there we are. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to week 29 of Tom Carradine's Self-Isolation Sing-Along. And as Richard Thomas has suggested it this evening, Richard Lewis, sorry, there's this sing-along a drink-along. There we go. So a little bit of a sing-along a drink-along, and my beer mat is sticking to my mug. As usual, my wonderful wife Faye is working the comments over there.
Hello.
And I'm assuming lots of suggested what people are drinking already coming in.
Indeed, indeed.
Have we got anyone drinking champagne this evening?
We have got someone drinking fizz.
Oh, fantastic. There we go.
We've got Bethan Sears. She's drinking fizz because she's fractured her wrist.
Oh, my word.
So she's got a bright pink cast on it for the next 6 weeks. So she's having fizz to cheer herself up.
Is that a problem for the wrist? The wrist. I suppose you can just tip it back to get the fizz in.
I'm hoping she's got 2 arms.
Or a straw, even. Or a straw. Whatever's the easiest way. There we go. Well, as I said, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the sing-along drink. I've got a drinking song Oktoberfest theme this evening for you, suggested by Eric Small and Richard Thomas. There we go. Now, as I said earlier, all kind of a lot of them are waltz songs. Drinking songs are waltz songs. My regular tipple isn't necessarily beer, but as lots of you know, my stage husband, Mr. Champagne Charlie, drinks a lot of this thing. This is on page 3. Here is the picture. A man and a girl strolling along in the shade. Here's a marquis, the son of an earl. She is a pure village maid. He tells her he loves her again and again. She drinks, he is loyal and true. And then comes the night when he gives her champagne and does what he ought not to do. Only a glass of champagne, but it led a poor girl into sin. Only a glass of champagne was the door where the devil crept in. It's just an old story, it's always the same. Just like a poor moth, she flew too near the flame. She opened her wings and she lost her good name. Oh, for a glass of champagne. Well, we all know that's the problem when you have a glass of champagne and you're a bit tiddly. I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why should it be true that I get a kick out of you? Champagne Charlie is my name. Champagne drinking is my game. There's no drink as good as fizz, fizz, fizz. And I'll drink every drop there is. All round town it is the same. I pop, 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 I rose to fame. I'm the idol of the barmaid. Champagne Charlie is my name. Well, the night they invented champagne, it's plain as it can be, the thought of you and me. The night they invented champagne, they absolutely knew that all we want to do is fly to the sky on champagne and shout for anyone inside that since the world began, no woman or a man has ever been so happy as we are tonight. Champagne! Yes, it's not the same without my stage husband, Mr. Champagne Charlie, shouting that. But there we go. Hope you enjoyed that little champagne medley there. Lots of comments coming in there, Faye?
I do have a couple of shout-outs.
Oh, go on, give us some shout-outs.
Start them. I've got a shout-out to Lizzie Parker because it is her wedding day tomorrow. So that's come in from her closest friend Lizzie Owen, and also from her mum Fran. So wishing you the absolute best for tomorrow, Lizzie. I hope the weather's kind to you. But congratulations. I also have a birthday, if I'm allowed to do those yet.
Of course, you can do a birthday.
Good. I've got one for Ben Dolby, whose birthday's on the 13th.
Hey, fantastic, Ben. Actually, Ben, whose artwork is here, is sitting on the piano. There we go.
Message from his mum and dad. They're really missing him because they're on restrictions or under restrictions, so they can't see him.
Oh,
so,
sorry to
happy
hear that.
birthday for the 13th, Ben.
Living through the lockdown. There we go. Well, hopefully, if you are stuck at home and in a local lockdown, and then thank you so much for joining us and joining in this evening, and hopefully raising your spirits a bit. Yeah, we're safe here in Tunbridge at the moment, but who knows? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So a bit of admin, I suppose. Of course, as usual here every Thursday night with Tom Carradine's Self-Isolation Sing-Along. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Oh, we've already hit the 200 mark this evening. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing the video by clicking on the share link below. And my son Andrew is waving to me. He's kind of lying on the sofa over here. He may well pop his face in later on. Of course, if you want songbooks to sing along this evening, then you can download them from Carradine's cockneysingalong.co.uk. And if you fancy throwing some coins my way into my virtual tip jar, or of course buying a CD, or we've got some mugs left, then do go and do that through the website as well. So fantastic. There we go. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, you don't have to be drinking this evening. Well, drinking alcohol this evening. Of course, we are inclusive here. And here at Carradine's Cockney Sing Along, if you fancy having a good old-fashioned cup of tea, there is nothing wrong with that. So I've got a little cup of tea and coffee medley for you as well. So page 4 in your songbooks, and after that we'll get to some more birthdays. So a little bit of a tea and coffee medley for you. We're going to start with this one. I like a nice cup of tea in the morning, for to start the day, you see. And at 11:30, well, my idea of heaven is a nice cup of tea or 3. I like a nice cup of tea with my dinner, and a nice cup of tea with my tea. And when it's time for bed, there's a lot to be said for a nice cup of tea. Well, the factories may be all roaring with the boom-a-lacka, zoom-a-lacka, woo, but there isn't any war when the clock strikes 4 and everything stops for tea. Oh, the lawyer in a courtroom in the middle of an alimony plea has to stop, milk and pour when the clock strikes 4 and everything stops for tea. It's a very good English custom, though the weather be cold or hot. When you need a little pickup, you find a little tick-up will always hit the spot. Oh, the soldiers may be fighting in the trenches on a battleship at sea, but there isn't any war when the clock strikes 4 and everything stops for tea. Anyone fancy a bit of a dance to this one? Picture you upon my knees, tea for 2 and 2 for tea. Me for you and you for me alone. Nobody near us to see us or hear us. No friends or relations with weekend vacations. We won't have it, no dear, that we on a telephone, dear. Day will break and you'll awake and start to bake a sugar cake for me to take, for all the boys to see. We will raise a family, a boy for you, a girl for me. Can't you see how happy we shall be? Well, I'm sure some of you out there aren't tea fans but prefer a bit of coffee. How about this one? I love coffee, I love tea, I love the Java and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the Java and me. A cup. I love Java, sweet and hot. Whoops, Mr. Moto, I'm a coffee pot. Shoot me a pot and I'll pour me a shot. A cup. Well, we all know that they have an awful lot of coffee in Brazil, don't they? Way down among Brazilians, coffee beans go by the billions, and they've got a lot of extra cups to fill. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. You can't get Jerry soda, cause they've got to fill their quota. And the way things things are, I bet they never will. They've got a zillion tons of coffee in Brazil. No tea or tomato juice, you'll see. No potato juice, 'cause the plant is down in Santa's. All say no, no, no. A politician's daughter was accused of drinking water and was fined a great big $50 bill. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. Now, depending on how much you had to drink, you might need to put your teeth in for the chorus of this one. Are you ready? The Sultan sat on his oriental mat on his harem high street Persia. He took one sip of his coffee, just a drip, and he said to his slave, oh curse ya, oh curse ya, curse ya, curse ya. It's the horriblest coffee in Persia. What I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper cup of coffee pots. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper coffee pot. Tin coffee pots, iron coffee pots, they're no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee from a proper cup of coffee, brother, have a cup of tea. How do you get on with that one? Should we give it one more try? One more try, here we go. What I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper cup of coffee pots. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee in a proper coffee pot. Tin coffee pots and iron coffee pots, they're no use to me. If you can't have a proper cup of coffee from a proper cup of coffee pot, I have a cup of tea. 2 sugars. There we go. A cheeky little bit of a... What I want is a proper cup of coffee. Another Weston and Lee. We talked about the wonderful Bert Weston and... RP Weston and Bert Lee last week. The Lennon and McCartney of music hall and variety songs. And that was one of their hits from 1900. There we go. Faye, any comments coming in there?
I've got another shout out.
Oh, go on. Give us
I've
another
got a
shout.
wedding anniversary one.
Ooh.
It's for Alison Mackenzie, who celebrated her 24th wedding anniversary on the 5th. So,
Alison Ken, many congratulations, Alison and Ken. There we go. Greetings from the Carradines to you. There we go. Congratulations. We've got a few. Actually, I think that's the only anniversary tonight. If you've got any more anniversaries, get them in, because I've got a little moment to talk about anniversaries in a moment. So I was thinking about people dressing up as well this evening, and wonderful photos that people have been sharing on Facebook, and of course Richard Lewis, who are wearing his lederhosen, which looks amazing. He looks better turned out than I am. Well, I'm going for a kind of English pub look, which will all kind of make sense when I sing a song by the Wurzels a little later on as well. For those of you in Somerset, that one's for you a little later on. So yeah, if you're drinking, pop a picture of what you're drinking and pop, or what you're wearing, and pop that over on the Carradine's Cockney Sing Along page. Or of course, you can join the Facebook group, the Carradine's Cockney Sing Alongers. Join us over there, where actually Faye and I will be going live with a little post-show debrief after the show when we finish. Once Andrew's in bed, about 9:40, 9:45, we'll be coming on for a little bit there to kind of debrief from the show, relax, and we can chat about anything really. And often we do. There we go. So thank you so much for joining us as always this Thursday. Yeah, a bit miserable today really, weather-wise. Yeah, hopefully this is raising your spirits. It's certainly raising mine. So we've done our little tea and coffee medley. Where are we going now? Oh, here we go. So we've got some birthdays. Faye, have you got any birthdays?
I've just had one come in. Actually, it was Andrew King's birthday on Monday just gone. So, happy birthday.
Andrew, happy birthday. I've got a birthday here for Keith Remnant, from his wife Valerie, who says his birthday's on Sunday. So, Keith, happy birthday for Sunday. And there we go. So, that's from Valerie. And I've got a request coming in from Omaha, over in the States there. A birthday on Saturday is Miss Amy Barlow. Hey, Miss Amy, nice to see you. Hope you're watching. I believe some of your friends are watching as well this evening. Now, your husband Nathan sends his love and says that that it was your birthday is your birthday on Saturday, and that you're a career nanny, and that you've raised 13 children over 34 years. That's 5 families. Wow! I literally take my hat off to you. That's an amazing job. And you've been watching every week since the start of this, so I'm very grateful that you've joined us again this evening. So there we go. Nathan requested for you, Amy, an old song, an old musical song. But it's actually it came across from America, really. It was written by Jerome Kern, who wrote Showboat. And it's called How'd You Like to Spoon With Me? I remember it from the wonderful Danny LaRue, who did a fantastic rendition of it. Actually, it was part of his act very often, but they did a fantastic rendition of it on The Good Old Days. Remember The Good Old Days on BBC TV? Leonard Saxon, all that Lead City Varieties. There's a wonderful clip on. You must be on YouTube somewhere of Danny LaRue, wonderful Danny LaRue singing "How'd You Like to Spoon With Me." So I was inspired. I thought I'd put together a little spooning medley for you. I suppose I was thinking of kind of tea and coffee spoons. Yeah, there we go. It's lost on us. But there we go. A little bit of a how'd you like to spoon with me? Here we go. A little bit of a kiss and a cuddle. For Miss Amy, it goes like this. How'd you like to spoon with me? How'd you like to spoon with me? Sit beneath an oak tree large and shady. Come a little tootsie wootsy baby. How'd you like to hug and squeeze? Dangle me upon your knees. How'd you like to be my lovey-dovey? How'd you like to spoon with me? Shine on, harvest moon, up in the sky. I ain't had no loving since. Let's see you at home. It's no time, ain't no time to stay outdoors and spoon. So shine on, harvest moon, for me and my girl. How about a bit more spooning this time? By the light of the silvery moon, and by the light of the silvery moon, I want to spoon to my honey. I'll croon love's tune, honeymoon. Keep a shining in June, keep a shining in June. Your silvery beams will bring love's dreams. We'll be cuddling soon by the silvery moon. Well, how'd you like to spoon with me? How'd you like to spoon with me? Sit beneath an oak tree large and shady. Call my tootsie wootsy baby. How'd you like to hug and squeeze? Dangle me upon your knees. How'd you like to be my lovey-dovey? How'd you like to spoon underneath the moon? How'd you like to spoon with me? Hey, happy birthday, Miss Amy. There we go. Over in Omaha in the States. Fantastic. Whew. Faye, any shout-outs coming in that you've got there?
I've had lots of drinks coming.
Oh, go on. Give us a little, outline on the old
We've
drinks.
had a big range, actually. There is tea. There's quite a strong contingent, be that, builder's tea or peppermint tea. We've also got a bit of hot chocolate going on.
Oh, nice. Poirot's favourite. There we go.
We've got Horlicks.
Oh.
Another good one for this time of night. We do, however, have the other contingent with Devon Cider. Adam's Mosaic Pale is one that's being supped. Unfortunately, Cindy Claire Handley is having to have morphine from a chili bottle alongside her tea. So, yes, sending you our best, Cindy Claire.
Sorry to hear that.
And also, Marie Jasper says she's having something citrusy from her mum's home distillery. So she's hoping she survives. Not entirely sure what that is.
Absolutely.
But that sounds rather exciting.
Home distillery. There we go. Watch your eyesight after that one. So, well, there we go. Well, no more anniversaries. Any anniversary? We just had Alison and Ken.
We have just had them. Not any.
So no more anniversaries at the moment. I normally we sway with anniversaries, but there we go.
Yes, but it's going into autumn now, isn't it?
Oh, is this not the most popular? Oh, of course, summer kind of season popular for weddings. There we go. Well, thinking about drinking songs, I put a request for suggestions on the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers page the other day, and we had a fantastic swathe of suggestions, so thank you so much for giving me all the ideas for this evening. And one of the ones I think Bob Beer suggested was Drink to Me Only With Thine Eyes. Now, I know it's a traditional song, but when I was playing it the other day, Faye was like, I remember this from my singing lessons when I was in year 7 at school. So isn't that true, Faye?
It is, sadly, yes.
So I thought, who better to sing a rendition of Drink to Me Only with Thine Eyes? Faye, rather than me, really. So you got the lyrics for this on page 6 of your songbooks. Drink to me only with thine eyes. I'm going to do my best as well. Here we go. Here we go.
Drink to me only with thine eyes, and I will pledge with mine. Or leave a kiss within the cup, and I'll not ask for wine. The thirst that from the soul doth rise doth ask a drink divine. But might I of Jove's nectar sip, I would not change for thine.
Beautiful, there we
I
go.
think I might have sung it better in my singing lessons. But
There we go. Faye Carradine on vocals. Drink to me only this. Now I have to let you into. We were going to do 2 verses of it. There are 2 verses to the song in my book. The songs. What's the book called over there?
it's songs that will live forever.
Songs that will live forever, indeed. Yeah, Faye said she couldn't do it with a straight face. The second verse is all about. I sent thee late a rosy wreath, not so much honouring thee. So you're sending this bouquet of this wreath of roses, but it's the when it grows and smells, I swear, not of itself but thee. But Faye was like, we can't do that with a straight face. So there we go. Only 1 verse of Drink to Me Only with Thine Eyes. So some of you out there are drinking cider. Yay! Shout out to anyone from friends from Twinwood. Anyone who's a regular at Twinwood will know that yes, in the later hours of Twinwood on a Saturday or Sunday night, I am powered by cider, and that's what really gets me through playing in like 3 venues all at once. So yes, though I'm not on the cider, I'm on the IPA this evening. But I am partial to a cider, and one of the best places for ciders to come from, of course, is Somerset. There we go. So a huge shout out to any friends over that way, that part of the world, the West Country. And in the suggestions we had on the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongs, the Savages, Graham Savage and his mum Anne over in Midsummer Norton suggested a little bit of the Wurzels. There we go. The Wurzels. Adge Cutler and the Wurzels. Adge Cutler? Was that his name? Adge something. And the Wurzels. Yeah, there we go. Drink up thy cider. So you got the lyrics for this on page 6 in your songbooks. Drink up thy cider. Yes, and they're gonna defriend me now. As I offend everybody in the West Country. It's a great kind of sing-along song. It really is a great sing-along song. And it's got a sing-along chorus. If you don't know it, you're going to pick it up. It goes like this. Drink up your cider, pass around the mug. Drink up your cider, George, your Cardine's very near dug. Your cheeks are getting redder, from Charterhouse to Cheddar, and there's still more cider in the jug. Drink up the cider, drink up the cider. For tonight we'll merry be, merry be. We'll knock up milk churns over, and we'll roll them in the clover. The corn's half cut, and so be we. You picked up the chorus? Drink up your cider, George, and get up off the mat. Drink up the cider, George, put on thy Sunday hat. We're off to Barlow Gurney to see your cousin Ernie, and there's still more cider in the vat. All together! Drink up the cider, drink up the cider. For tonight we'll merry be, merry be. We'll knock the milk churns over, and we'll roll them in the clover. The corn's half cut, and so are we. One last time. Drink up the cider, drink up the cider. For tonight we'll merry be, merry be. We'll knock the milk churns over, and we'll roll them in the clover. The corn's half cut, and so be we. Hey, there we go. Shout out to the Midsummer Norton crew. Hope you guys are all doing well, and I'll see you very, very soon. there we go. Faye, anything else coming in there?
We've got a couple. I have to say, I don't know what you're saying this evening, but it's setting my Siri off on my phone, and it keeps cutting out and asking me what I want to know, and I'm like, no, I want to read the comments. It's never happened before, so it's.
I'm not going to even attempt to mention either Siri or Google or anything, because it will set everything off. People at home will have problems with it.
Yeah. We have had, but apparently Barry is drinking raspberry ripple marshmallow porter.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Very nice. And Libby Mary Murphy is drinking Merlot from the fancy glasses used for special occasions.
Oh, I'm honoured that you've got the fancy glasses out this evening. Honoured.
Of course, it might just mean that there is another special occasion going on and she's still drinking it. I don't know.
Well, as you guys all know, me getting dressed every day. Hey, every day is an occasion. So you might as well get dressed up. You might as well use the best crockery, use the best glasses. Because, hey, they're going to break at some point, so you might as well. Why have them sitting in the back of a cupboard, really?
In our house, they will break, and it will be broken by me.
That's why we have a 1940s village hall tea service that we've got boxes of, literally boxes of it. So there we go. I've got a couple of shout-outs here. Shout-out to Stephen Bow. Hi, Stephen. Nice to see you watching. And your best mate and dog, Joy. Hi, Joy. Nice to see you. Stephen says he's been Joy's been by his side for every one of the 28 weeks, and I'm not sure she looks forward to Thursday afternoon Chicago time. They're in Chicago as much as he does, but he's convinced that she can woof the Lambeth walk. There we go. Been training her up. Now he put a request in for a Chas and Dave song, actually, Old Dog and Me, which I haven't had a chance to learn this week, Stephen, but I've added it to my list and I will endeavour to sort that out for you. It's a beautiful song. Not an upbeat song, a kind of laid-back song, actually. Old Dog and Me. I will have that for you in a forthcoming sing-along, so watch this space, and I'll do it for you. Also, not an anniversary, but Ian Valentine has asked for a shout-out and a request for his girlfriend, Frances Casey, who's taking a break from finishing off her PhD to listen to the sing-along and sing along with Ian this evening. And he's requested If You Were the Only Girl in the World. Beautiful, beautiful song. So, who am I to not do it? Here we go. Sometimes when I feel bad and things look blue, I wish a girl I had, say one like you. Someone within my heart to build a throne. Someone who'd never part to call my own. Page 6 for the chorus. If you were the only girl in the world, and I was the only boy, nothing else could matter in the world today. We could go on loving in the same old way. A garden of Eden just made for two, with nothing to mar our joy. I would say such wonderful things to you. There would be such wonderful things to do if you were the only girl in the world and I was the only boy. Hey, there we are. For Francis Casey there from Ian Valentine. Hope you are. Best of luck with the PhD. Hope it's going very, very well. Faye, have you got any comments coming in there?
I was going to give you a useless fact about that song.
Oh, go on.
I remember it from the very first pantomime I was ever in. I was 5 years old. I was a little pink rabbit.
Oh.
And that song was the romantic song in there. So it's taken me back to being 5 years old, which was a very, very long time ago.
Back in 1915.
That's the one. That's the one. We have had a suggestion, actually, for a drinking song.
Oh, go on.
A Pirate's Life for Me.
Oh.
Isn't that a Disney song?
No. Pirate's Life for Me. That's the one about, is that yo-ho-yo-heave-ho and a bottle of rum? Is that the one?
Could well be.
Yeah. 2 black sausages in my tum. I can't remember the name. I'm making it up now.
I'm thinking this is one I'm not going to be able to play.
No, 15 men on a dead man's chest, yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum.
Oh, maybe
A Pirate's Life for Me, A Pirate's Life for Me. No, I'm thinking, is that, hey, diddly dee, an Actor's Life for Me. That's what I'm getting confused.
That's the one I was thinking.
I'm gonna have to do some research for A Pirate's Life for Me.
And a message from Andrew King, who's been inspired to retrieve his bottle of Dow's Finest Reserve Port from the back of the cupboard. So I'm glad that we are influencing people appropriately. I'm very impressed. I'm glad you're all enjoying yourselves this evening. As I said, as usual, grab the songbooks from Carradine's CockneySingalong.co.uk. And also, while you're there, you can buy my CDs, you can buy mugs. Now, we were talking about Christmas baubles. I have to say, I'll put it out there, that we've looked into the kind of finances and the logistics of doing that. And I can't really find a deal that's going to work this year for the Christmas baubles. Sorry to disappoint on that. I know you're all looking forward to that. But I'm hoping that we can get an order in for some tote bags. Some tote bags with the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along logo on, which will be coming in time for Christmas. So don't you worry, you'll have something to give as gifts if you want for the sing-along. But unfortunately, I just think at the moment lugging hundreds of baubles in little individual boxes that might get smashed in the post as well. That's my worry. That's one of my worries. So there we go. But yeah, watch this space for tote bags coming. And of course, if you fancy, as I said, popping some coins in my virtual tip jar while you're there, that'd be much appreciated. Your help and support over the last 29 weeks has been much, much appreciated and has kept us going and kept me being able to do this, which is much appreciated, considering I'm in a non-viable job. There we go. If you believe everything that Rishi Sunak says, we're not going to get into politics. We're going to continue on with some more sing-along classics on page 6 of your songbooks. This one is for Ben Hall. Shout out to Ben Hall, watching from Dorset way. He's requested, he said, anything from World War I dedicated to the Royal West Kent Living History Group, of which I am also a member. So hello to anybody watching from the Royal West Kent. It's nice to have you with us, tuning in on a Thursday evening. And Ben's requested for anything World War I, so I thought I'd do a little bit of, we've done this before, but a little bit of K-K-K-Katy, if you fancy that. This goes up to Ben and his family. Here we go. Watching down in Dorset. Jimmy was a soldier brave and bold. Katy was a maid with hair of gold. Like an act of fate, Kate was standing at the gate, watching all the boys on dress parade. Kate smiled with a twinkle in your eye. Jim said, meet you by and by. That same night at 8, Kim was at the garden gate, stuttering this song to Kate. Katy, beautiful Katy, you're the only girl that I adore. When the moon shines over the cowshed, I'll be waiting at the kitchen door. Now no one ever looked so cute and neat. No one could be just and cute as sweet. That's what Jimmy thought when the wedding ring he bought. Dinky little home and all complete. Jimmy thought he'd like to take a chance. His heart did a sort of song and dance, stepping to a tune all about the silvery moon. Jimmy followed up his first advance. Katy, beautiful Katy, you're the only girl that I adore. When the moon shines over the cowshed, I'll be waiting at the kitchen. One last time. Katy, beautiful Katy, you're the only girl that I adore. When the moon shines over the cowshed, I'll be waiting at the kitchen door. There we go. A shout out from Ben Hall to all of those members of the Royal West Kent Living History Group. Hi guys, hope you're all doing well, and hopefully we shall see you very, very soon. Faye, anything coming in at your end? Just another person who's been inspired to crack open the drinkies. Susanna Cater said she's drinking the Christmas Day sherry.
Brilliant.
Which I think
there is time to buy another bottle before.
I think it speaks volumes, because right at the beginning of this, she was drinking water, and she admitted it. So
Slippery slope downhill. There we go. You'll be on the cherry brandy at the back of the cupboard in a bit. There we go. Well, we're taking inspired this evening, as I said, Eric Small and Richard Lewis, who suggested a kind of drinking Oktoberfest theme. I can understand why Richard suggested it, as he's got the outfit for the Oktoberfest. Now, of course, Oktoberfest would have happened finishing last weekend, actually. It's always the first Sunday of October that it finishes. But of course, it didn't go ahead this year because of COVID. So, but of course, there's a real kind of a German drinking culture, of course. And in Austria, in Salzburg, there we go, where this one came from, the Augustiner Brau. Is it Augustiner Brewery? Yes, in Salzburg, there we go. And of course, there a French drinking culture for wine, wonderful wine. An Irish drinking culture as well, to match the English there as well. So I thought we could take a little trip around Europe, really, with some other drinking songs from different countries. We're going to start with a little bit of a French drinking song. Now, this one, which I sang, actually, in the south of France not the summer just gone, the summer before. Took the piano down to Saint-Cécile, down in the south of France, where Alison and Ken are at the moment, I think, actually. Alison and Ken Mackenzie are down there. Yes, we encourage everybody to sing along with lots of English songs as well, but some French songs as well that they knew. And this was one of those. Please, apologies for my abysmal French accent. This one is Chevaliers de la Table Ronde, which is the Knights of the Round Table. And the translation is Knights of the Round Table, let's taste to see if the wine is good. Let's taste it, yes, yes, yes. Let's taste it, no, no, no. Let's taste it to see if the wine is good. If it's good, if it's enjoyable, I'll drink it to my pleasure. And when I die, I want to be buried in a cellar where there is good wine. Who could ask for anything more, really? So, goes like this. On page 7 of your songbooks, if you've got a glass of wine, here we go. Chevalier de la table ronde, goûtons trois si le vin est bon. Chevalier de la table ronde, goûtons trois si le vin est bon. Goûtons trois, oui, oui, oui. Goûtons trois, non, non, non. Goûtons trois si le vin est bon. Goûtons trois, oui, oui, oui. Goûtons trois, non, non, non. Goûtons trois si le vin est bon. Don't worry, if you don't speak French, don't worry, I don't either. Just join in with the oui, 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 the yes, 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 and the no, 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 the non, non, non. S'il est bon, s'il est agréable, j'en boirai, à mon plaisir. S'il est bon, s'il est agréable, j'en boirai, juste à mon plaisir. J'en boirai, oui, 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 j'en boirai, non, 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 j'en boirai, juste à mon plaisir. J'en boirai, oui, 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 j'en boirai, non, 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 j'en boirai. Well, there we go, you did a good job with that. Now we're going to move to Germany for this one. Thank you for Richard Lewis for sending the sheet music for this one through. This is an old German song called the Hofbrauhaus song. Any Germans watching? We got some regulars in from Germany, haven't we? But this is an English translation, an English version of it, called 1, 2, Drink Up. Sounds like a good deal to me. Here we go. There is a quaint old-fashioned inn, 1, 2, drink up, where you will hear the rafters ring. 1, 2, drink up, for everyone joins in to sing. 1, 2, drink up, and if you stay for an hour or two, the gang will raise their glass to you and drink your health in the finest brew. 1, 2, drink up. You picked up the chorus, haven't you? There is a quaint old-fashioned inn. 1, 2, drink up, where you will hear the rafters ring. 1, 2, drink up, for everyone joins in to sing. 1, 2, drink up. So if you feel like a real night out, it's just the place without a doubt to lose your worries and smile or shout. 1, 2, drink up. Well, we've had France, we've had Germany. The Irish are big drinkers as well, aren't they? Happy, much appreciated.
I was making it up a bit, sorry.
I was making it up too, don't you worry. So there we go. Have we had any song requests in this evening, Faye?
So there's been a bit of discussion about the pirate's life, and you were right, and yeah.
Okay.
I have got a wedding anniversary one though. Fran and Steve Carter in Welwyn Garden City are celebrating their 40th wedding anniversary, and they said any drinking song to celebrate would be great. So I think it's kind of like the whole sing along.
The whole we could do Lily the Pink. We'll drink to Lily the Pink, the saviour of the human race. For she invented medicinal compound, most efficacious in every case. Now Mr. Frears has sticky out ears, and it made him awful shy, and so they gave him medicinal compounds. Now he's learning how to fly. All together! We'll drink to Lily the Pink, the saviour of the human race. For we invented medicinal compounds, so efficacious in every case. There we go, congratulations. 40 years. Many, many congratulations.
We have had a suggestion, actually. It's just come in.
Yep.
Drink with me from Les Mis.
Oh, 2 days gone by. Sing with me the songs we knew. Here's 2 pretty girls who went to our heads. Here's 2 witty girls who went to our beds. Here's to them, and here's to you. I hadn't even thought. Drink with me today. It's been a while since I played this.
They pretend you were playing in the pit, not singing it.
Songs we knew. I never played. In a moon of friendship, never say die. Let the wine. Oh, what key's it? Wine of friendship never run dry. Here's to them and here. Oh no! To you.
I'll let you recover from that travesty.
I've been drinking too much. I played that. I dread to think how many times I played that in the West End on keys too. But I never played that. I probably played some like guitar part or something.
How about have some Madeira?
Oh, have some Madeira. It's something da 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 da. God, embarrassing. I've drunk too much beer. That's the problem.
Okay, in which case I won't suggest any more songs, but I will say Jason Mraz asked for the news on Wilton's, which I know you put an announcement out. Was it today or yesterday?
Indeed, I will be back at Wilton's on January the 26th and 27th. 2021 with a socially distanced performance. So unfortunately it's not sing along, but it will be my album launch for my new album, which will be Tom Carradine's London Songbook. All of your favourites and all of my favourite London songs. And that evening I will lead you through those, perform them for you, and tell you a little bit more about the history and the stories behind those songs. So there we go. Yes, book your tickets now. They are available. Details are on carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk. Faye's laughing in the background. What are you saying?
It's only because Richard Lewis has said the YouTube algorithm won't recognise that from Les Mis, so you're fine.
Thank you, cheeky. I literally, it's in F, but one. I have no idea what I'm doing. No idea what I'm playing. There we go.
Thanks for that, Richard. That gave me a nice laugh. I like that.
There we go. The YouTube algorithm really won't be able to pick that one up. I sure not. So here we go. We're getting towards the end of the sing-along this evening, so quite a lot more to cram in the last 10 minutes. This one goes out to Jim Partridge over in California. Sorry, in San Francisco, who performs with a wonderful vocal group called the Brass Farthing. We've done this before, actually, a few months back, as a request of Jim. But this goes out to Jim and everybody who's involved in the great Dickens Fair over in San Francisco, which unfortunately isn't going ahead this year because of COVID. Hopefully you guys will be back there and get a chance to come and visit you at some point. Would love to see what's going on. Looks like a fantastic thing from the videos and the pictures I've seen online. So this is a song that was written by Taz Richards, one of the members of Brass Farthing. And you got the lyrics for this on page 6 in your song. I really have had too much to drink already. So please apologies for... But this one says it's quite a lot. Now I'm no alcoholic, true I will frolic with anything poured in a glass. There is no libation in all of creation that I would dare call second class. From the bottom of the barrel to the top of the shelf, I hope you don't mind if I just help myself. How can it kill me to drink to my health and drown all my troubles away? All together? Well, it's over and I'm sober and they bury me in clover. I've come to the end of the dance. I've lived life all wrong and a little too long. Please give me just one more chance. If I fell back to earth, miracle rebirth, promise to love till the end. As God is my witness for health and good fitness, I'll never be sober again. Now I've lost all my shame and there's no one to blame but whoever just bought the last round. And in my confession of this evening's discretion, I admit I may be slowing down. To maintain control, to be my own master, to save self-respect and avoid this disaster, I found the solution: drink faster and faster and drown all my troubles away. All together? For it's over and I'm sober and they bury me in clover. I've come to the end of the dance. I've lived life all wrong and a little too long. Please give me just one more chance. If I fell back to earth, a miracle rebirth, promise to love till the end. As God is my witness for health and good fitness, I'll never be sober again. Sad verse this time. The day has gone black and there's no turning back. My coffin is dirty and damp, and my application for reincarnation was rejected for lack of a stamp. My soul will love on in the words of this song. I bring you good news from the land far beyond. Heaven's a pub that sips beer by the tub to drown all my troubles away. And it's over and I'm sober and they bury me in clover. I've come to the end of the dance. I've lived life all wrong and a little too long. Please give me just one more chance. If I fell back to earth, a miracle rebirth, promise to love till the end. As God is my witness for health and good fitness, I'll never be sober again. Hey, there we go for Jim and Brass Farthing out there in the United States of America. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us this evening. Faye, any comments coming in for you?
No, I was just reading the comments about Tiddly Tom. And because I did comment earlier that with that stein, that could just have water in it and nobody would be the wiser. But he went, "Oh no, it's having beer." Yeah, we can tell.
It could. It is indeed. And yeah, I'm mucking up all over the place this evening. So many apologies.
I should have switched it with Beck's Blue.
I shouldn't have filled it to the top. There we go. So we're coming towards the end of the sing along this evening, but thought we'd have a bit of a knees up, a traditional London British kind of pub sing along knees up. We all know these. Page 8 in your songbooks. Now I've just been to a ding dong down dear old Brixton Way. Oh, Mother Brown, the pearly Queen's 100 years today. Oh, what a celebration, was proper la-di-da, until they rolled the carpet back and shouted, "Now then, Ma!" Whoa! Knees up, Mother Brown, knees up, Mother Brown, under the table you must go, E-I-E-I-E-I-O. If I catch you bending, I'll saw your legs right off. Knees up, don't get the breeze up, knees up, Mother Brown. Oh my, what a rotten song, what a rotten song, what a rotten song. Oh my, what a rotten song, what a rotten singer too. There is a tavern in the town, and there my dear love sits him down, and drinks his wine, with laughter free, and never thinks of me. Fare thee well, for I must leave thee, do not let the parting grieve thee. Remember that the best of friends must part. Adieu, kind friends, adieu. I can no longer stay with you. I'll hang my harp on a weeping willow tree, and may the well go well with me. Last one then. Terrell. Bring out a song of good cheer. Now's the time to roll the barrel. Big finish for the gangs. Oh, hey. Hey, there we go. Oof, my word, I think I need to lie down in a darkened room coming up. But over to Faye for some final comments.
You took me by surprise. I was actually just bopping along. Oh no, there's just some reassurance for you and your tipsiness. Ian Valentine said, don't worry, we're all too tipsy to notice.
Hey, there we go. That's what I like to hear. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming towards the end of the sing-along this evening. Thank you so much for joining me, as usual, on a Thursday evening here on Facebook. Thank you so much for sharing this, as I said, as well, and for your generous donations into the tip jar I can see coming at this end. Thank you so much. Of course, a huge thank you to my wonderful wife, Faye, on comments.
Thank you.
And to my wonderful friend, Marcus Reeves, sorting out my back end, as I always say, sorting out all the social media stuff and the sharing as well while we're on here. So thank you, Marcus, for that. Join us again here next week for week 30 of Carradine's Self-Isolation Sing-Along. And if you fancy joining us for the Sing-Alongers debrief, we'll be starting in about 15 minutes or so over on Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers. Click on the link to join that group and I will let you in. It's a private group, but I'll click on it and let you in, and we shall see you in about 15 minutes. So, I was going to do those were the days. Should we do that? Why not? Once upon a time there was a tavern where we used to raise a glass or two, or three or four. Remember how we laughed away the hours and dreamed of all the great things we would do. Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose. We'd fight and never lose, for we were young and sure to have our way. La 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 la. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. Third verse. Just tonight I stood before the tavern. Nothing seemed the way it used to be. In the glass I saw a strange reflection. Was the lonely woman really me? Probably. Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose. We'd fight and never lose, for we were young and sure to a last time. La 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 la. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head. Yes, wherever I may roam, on land or sea or foam, you can always hear me singing this song. Show me the way to go home. Now you got the posh version in your songbooks. The educated version goes like this. Indicate the way to my habitual abode. I'm fatigued and I want to retire. An alcoholic beverage 60 minutes ago, and it's gone right to my cerebellum. Wherever I may perambulate, on land or sea or effervescent liquid, you will always hear me humming this melody. Indicate the way to my habitual. Last time, show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Tell me about it. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head. Wherever I may roam, on land or sea or foam, you can always hear me singing this song. Show me the way to go home. There we go. Thank you so much for joining us this week again for the sing-along, drink-along. There we go, coined by Richard there. So, yeah, we'll see you next week. Same time, same place, 8:30 here on Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along. Hopefully see some of you over at the sing-alongers in about 15 minutes. So, yeah, see you then. Thanks very much. Bye.